Hello and welcome to the gaming news for September 22nd of 2022. This is a Thursday? It's a Thursday. And man, we have quite a bit today. First things first, I would say we are starting with some smaller news and then we are working our way up to the big shots. The CEO of what's their name? Embracer? Yeah, there we go. The CEO of Embracer is apparently not so happy about the selling figures of Saints Row. Saints Row did get the number 2 in the MPD sales and all over Europe, but they never made the number 1, and apparently the selling figures are not so great. They do expect a return of their investment, but not as high as they hoped for. And they also asked him if the performance will impact the franchise in the future, and he is saying that obviously you always want every installment of any IP to be greater than the last one, but what you do is evaluate your position and then the outcome. Here's the problem, like especially Saints Row was kind of buggy when it came out and kind of messy, so it had a lot of issues there. For streamers, it was a hard game to stream because every single music piece was copyright protected, right? And you had to play the game in with like copyright mode on, and there is no music in the game. But the music is really important to also set the tone, so I can see why a lot of streamers didn't really want to bother to stream the game, which took away like a lot of marketing power. Another point is, of course, and this was one of the biggest discussions in the community, is this game didn't evolve too much. Like, yes, it's Saints Row, and I am more than okay with Saints Row, right? Like, I'm just glad to have another Saints Row around, but the reality is a lot of people expected a little bit more of the new game after they basically treated it like a light reboot, right? And yeah, like not a well thing to do. So there has been a lot of discussions on this. So well, we will see when we are seeing another Saints Row. Maybe now that they have like the new engine and all that, and they have set up a lot of the things they want to do, maybe we will see a new Saints Row quicker than we thought, and they will actually take the suggestions to heart. Oh, next news. In a twist of events, the Dark Souls 3 servers are out again. As you might know, the Dark Souls 3 servers did go offline when Elden Ring basically dropped, because there was like a big hacker issue with the game. Like they literally broke through the servers, and they could basically like even implement code into the servers and so on and so forth. So they had to take down the servers and they had to fix the security risk. And they did that nearly 9 months later. I think it happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago that they reenacted the servers again. And well, so far it did hold. And now they're offline again. The official Dark Souls account is saying that at this time there is a confirmed issue with the Dark Souls 3 online play via Steam. We are investigating the source of the problem and will inform you as more details become available. Please be patient. And, well, so far, there has been no update. There has been no update of any kind in the last 24 hours. So that's a bit unfortunate if you wanted to play Dark Souls on Steam online recently. because apparently it's not doable. So that sucks. Yep. Oh, this is an interesting news, and some people are kind of pissed about this, and I don't really know why. Yesterday, YouTuber Jason Yevgeny Gastrov, or better known as Video Game Donkey, or just simply Donkey, has announced that he's launching an indie publishing label called Big Mode. And he's saying that I've been on YouTube for over 11 years now, and one of the core themes of my channel has always been to slam dunk soulless cash grabs into the garbage can and lift up and praise the truly inspired work of art in this medium. For years and years, I've always thought out the very best indie games out there and have tried to do them justice, putting millions of eyes on the game that actually deserves attention. And so he is basically now trying to put indie games on the big screen. And I know that some people have been really pissed about this. It's like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. And YouTuber who tries to do that. It's like, why not? Like, he is somebody who has done hundreds and thousands of reviews of big games and small games, and he sees those games in and out. Like, why shouldn't he get a chance at this? Especially, like, this dude is a millionaire. Let's face it. Donkey is a YouTube millionaire. Like, that dude made a lot of money. So why not throw money at some of the indie games which really deserve it? Like, why does he not have like a better eye for indie games than, let's say, the standard soulless CEO we are seeing at some companies? But yeah. And he also clarified, by the way, that he does not accept any games that use NFTs, crypto, or blockchain. So again, like, let him try. We actually had some influencers which did turn indie publisher. Like, I see some people, like even some people in the industry, some developers go like, influencer tries to be indie publisher. Good luck. It's like, have we all forgot New Blood? Like, anybody? Like, New Blood was created by Dave Oshry, who was a games journalist / was doing marketing. Like, yeah. Like, we had people who did this. So I don't really see like a big issue with this. Really don't. Next news. Oh, this is a good one. I actually made a quick YouTube short on my other channel. Well, on this channel when you were watching it, on my other channel, on my second YouTube channel. This is kind of crazy. Each day of this week, over 1 million players, both new and returning, played Cyberpunk 2077. This, of course, happened after an immensely successful Cyberpunk anime, the new 1.6 patch they also put out. And this all worked pretty well together to get like a lot of people back into Cyberpunk 2077. And yeah, like the game is recovering like crazy. Like it's one of those No Man's Sky stories where they're really coming back from it. Let me show you this. So those are just Steam stats. Keep in mind, people play this on their consoles, and like me, I'm playing this on GOG. I don't even play this on Steam, right? And just yesterday, Cyberpunk 2077 has broken their record of peak players. This was last weekend. They had like, what was it, 84,000 concurrent players, and now it's 86,000 concurrent players. And that is in the week. So I assume that beginning this weekend, we might even scratch the 100,000 players. So Cyberpunk is back. And I'm really hoping that the expansion will do the game a lot of good. I really hope that the expansion, which is coming out next year, will actually do the game a lot of good and will finally add a lot of features which were asked for quite some time. Keep also in mind, there are now official mods. Yep. There are now official mods for the game, and people are already using it to create some really awesome stuff. Like just this week, one of the modders released, thanks to the mod tools, released the ability to use the the open transport or the open transit system. Let me show you a quick video about it. I have it in my channel. Where is it? I have it on my channel. Damn, I liked, and there it is. Right there. Like you can literally just take this thing and drive around the city. And it works. Like, keep in mind that this was in the game, but then got cut from the game because for whatever reason, CDPR decided not really to have this in the game. So the modder did go into the game and completely restored it, and you can now just take that to drive around Night City, which is really cool. So yeah, mods are coming along nicely, and I think they can be big, like Skyrim big. Like if you're wondering why Skyrim is still selling like crazy, mods. It's the ability to mod the shit out of that game. And if modders can actually do the same thing for Cyberpunk 2077, that's a good sign. Like that's good for the game. Next news. This is a follow-up news regarding the G2 and Andrew Date bit we had a few days ago. As you know, the CEO, Carlos Rodriguez, posted on his not personal account, but CEO account, a video with him partying with Andrew Date on an official event. And, well, he was then defending that partying with very strong words and a lot of swearing. And, well, as you know, if there's one thing advertisers do not like, no matter what it is, they don't want to have issues. Right? They just don't want to have issues. And so yesterday evening, the news broke that G2 had to end their bid for the Valorant partnership slot. So, as you know, or maybe you don't know, Riot Games is doing franchising with their esports things, like the NFL does or NBA does, right? Like when a team is in, they have to do a bid, they have to pay a lot of money, but then a team is in when they're in, and G2 is in League of Legends, right? Like they have been there for quite some time, and they also try to do the same thing with Valorant. And it very much seems like that last week G2 had locked down a coveted NA partnership slot, going so far as to offer the Washington Post an exclusive interview with Carlos Rodriguez over the whole thing. But then the offered interview with the Washington Post was never conducted. For months, G2 has been looking at NA talents. In June, it informally approached the LG roster that eventually went to Shopify. And they were basically starting to purchase players. They were starting to look for coaches. They were preparing to go in on the franchise slot, right? Like they were preparing for the new season and being a part of that. And now, after the whole Andrew Data thing, there was basically the rumor that Riot Games approached them and told them, nah, nah, we do not want to sign a franchise deal with you right now under those circumstances. And yeah, that's apparently how it goes. Like I already gave my 2 cents about this. Like if you were partying with somebody who is investigating for human trafficking and is himself a horrible person, then you have to bear the consequences. Right? Like that's basically all I can say here. Like if you decide that this is what you want to do, because you want to be a friend with somebody who is investigated for human trafficking and is pretty much a terrible person, especially to women, then if you're a business person, you have to suffer the consequences. So deal with that, right? Oh boy. Next news. So, as you know, people have been not so happy with the price tag of the new Nvidia cards, because they were basically far too expensive for what they were offering in a lot of eyes. And a lot of people assume that there are other reasons why they are doing this, like selling off like all the 3000 series, which they now have warehouses full, and nobody wanted to buy them really. And B, of course, the win margins they were running last year, right? Like keep in mind, Nvidia got even sued successfully by their shareholders because they lied to them when it came to where does this big chunk of money coming from if it's not from crypto. And Nvidia always said, nah, it's not crypto. Nah, it's not crypto mining. Nah, we are not really selling to crypto mining. Nah, it's all the gamers who are buying those cards. And then shareholders did sue them. And the shareholders actually won that lawsuit. And Nvidia had to pay them millions for lying to them. And of course, well, Nvidia lying here. So, as I said, there are a lot of thoughts and rumors on why Nvidia right now is asking a very high price. But this time, CEO Jensen Huang had an interview with Digital Trends, and he was directly saying, the idea that the chip is going to go down in price is a story of the past. Moore's law is dead, which is referring to the phenomenon of transistor counts doubling every 2 years, leading to a greater performance and decreasing in cost. And he is saying a 12-inch wafer is a lot more expensive today. And he also said that RTX 3080 10 GB is still an incredible value, and we will continue to offer it in our lineup, of course, if you are looking for something less cheaper. And like, he is correct, the wafer is a lot more expensive, but he is not telling the full story here. So yes, the wafer price did increase. That is absolutely correct. But it also seems to decrease again, because now TSMC and other wafer creators, I think Nvidia is only using TSMC. Yeah, I think Nvidia is only using TSMC. And they have been already announcing that they are lowering manufacturing size and manufacturing speed, because now the crypto mining craze is over and everyone is waking up to, oh shit, I think we produce too much. I think we produce too much. So everyone is already reducing their prices again, reducing their production again, because crypto mining is now over. And this is basically Nvidia trying to hide that they have ordered far too many cards. And they have ordered them to a relatively high price, because I'm pretty sure that the production of the 40 series started at least 1 or 2 years ago. That's how long this normally takes. So they ordered a shitload of those to a very high price, because they were like, yeah, in a year or two when they are coming out, crypto mining will still go strong and we can still make an insane amount of money. Now, the only thing we can hope here is that AMD was a little bit smarter than that, and that they will announce similar strong cards on their event for a much reduced price. If they are doing this, this could be the first generation where Nvidia is actually bleeding a lot. So it's but yeah, right now even the Nvidia fanboys, who are normally pretty strong in their opinion how amazing Nvidia is, are not really happy with the 4000 series. Like, the price tag is definitely one of them, but also like locking DLSS 3 behind the 4000 series. By the way, so there has been a rumor going around, and with rumor I mean tech channels, like the big ones, the big tech channels, that apparently for their testing purposes they could only choose DLSS 3 in the games. And basically, if you had a 2000 or 3000 series, DLSS was not available to you. So the rumor is, when DLSS 3 is coming out and you don't have a 4000 series, you lose the capability of DLSS. I don't believe that they would pull that. Like, even Nvidia is not that stupid. They're doing a lot of stupid bullshit, but I don't think they would pull that. I assume that like the testing stuff they got was specifically designed in this vacuum of DLSS 3. Right. Like, so I assume this is for like the testing bubble they were inside. Yeah, probably just to stop to do performance comparison right now and all that, right? Like you want to have those in a very clean testing environment. Like a lot of the people who are testing DLSS 3 right now, they do this in as a marketing thing. They are not really fully doing a performance test. They are not taking a deep dive on how exactly it works with all the other DLSS and AMD and all that. So it's very much like a more like a marketing presentation they are doing. And when you have those type of presentations, you are very limited to what you can do and all that, right? And hey, Lemons, good morning to you. Welcome in. So I assume that this is down to the testing environment. I truly believe, I really hope that. I'm not believing it. I hope that. Because just to think about the ramifications, if Nvidia would really pull this, makes my head hurt. It would actually make my head hurt, because that would be like, if they are doing that, I would never touch an Nvidia card ever again. And a lot of people would probably do the same. Like, that would be the most anti-consumer bullshit I have ever seen in my life. Like, that would be it. Like, you cannot put in a feature which worked. I also have the bad feeling that maybe the new games coming out, they will only support DLSS 3, which would be kind of the same. So let's just hope that Nvidia is not going too crazy. Let's just hope. Let's just hope for the best. But I'm a bit content, not gonna lie. At least we have FSR. Sure, but that is not okay. That's not okay. Yeah. So we will see. All right. Next news. And this one is a follow-up news regarding yesterday and good old Twitch announcing their revenue split. By the way, before we are jumping into this, please do not miss out on the other news Twitch had yesterday. Bloomberg did a deep dive investigation into Twitch, and it revealed a widespread spread. Why do I want to say wild instead of widespread? What the hell is wrong with me? Brain hurts. Reveals a widespread child predation on Twitch. Bloomberg has apparently analyzed thousands of accounts that systematically find and follow apparent kids and pre-teen streaming, and over 279,000 were targeted. And Twitch apparently knows about this. And Twitch's reaction so far to this has been, oh well. And they were basically trying to do very scammy and sketchy stuff. Like, they've literally tried to get kids into positioning the camera differently, showing more of their body and so on and so forth. Like they have been trying this a lot. And again, Twitch knows about this, but Twitch has been not really doing much. Let me show you a little bit of the article. This is actually like like a child streamer, and then a predatory account following at least 272 children. They're actually doing a pretty cool visualization of what the hell is going on. A child streamer followed by at least 23 predatory accounts. A predatory account following at least 98 children. Like, they had tons of them. Like, if you're going through this, it's like... And Twitch said the problem plagues many online platforms, and it has taken steps over the last 2 years to address it. Preventing children harm is one of our most fundamental responsibilities as a society, yada yada yada. But still, the reporting shows that Twitch existing moderation tools have provided insufficient in preventing children from broadcasting and at stopping adults from finding and grooming them. Like, it has been... If you're reading through this article, I can definitely recommend that. It was a read. It took me about 30 to 40 minutes to read through this, but it was definitely worth it. And it shows like how less Twitch is caring about this. Let me give you the link to the article for everyone who is interested. I will also put it in the video description, so that people who are watching this on my other YouTube channel can actually click on it if you so desire. But yeah, just this adds, of course, and this apparently, and this is the interesting part here, apparently Twitch knew about this article. So Bloomberg messaged Twitch and was like, hey, we are going live with this article. And then just 2 hours later, Twitch released their blog post about the revenue split. It's like, man, are you smelling some gaslighting here? I'm smelling some gaslighting here. Yeah, I'm definitely smelling some gaslighting. But speaking about the revenue split, of course, much more Twitch streamers, and especially bigger ones, have been weighing in on the topic. And the big consent was basically, we are out. We will go to YouTube. It seems like now a lot of big Twitch streamers preparing to leave Twitch. One of the biggest one I've definitely seen was Coda Miko, or just Miko. She's definitely one of the big shots on Twitch, and she has announced yesterday that she is done with Twitch. She's moving to YouTube, and yes, this is thanks to Twitch. Let me see where her announcement is. Yeah, let me show you this. This is her, right? The Code Miko. Who is doing this crazy 3D Miko thing. Like, it's really insane. Like, she's the one who is wearing like a full bodysuit and all that to do the mocap. And yeah, She's pretty big with that. And she announced yesterday that I think it will focus on YouTube from now on. I've been putting it off, but Twitch is really giving me that motivational push that I needed. Thanks, Twitch. This is her new renderer of the new character. Again, she's doing some insane stuff. And yeah. She had, how many followers does she have? Let me see. Where is Social Blade? Let me see. Twitch. Yep, there she is. She is the number 459th in the follower ranks and the 1474th in views rank, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, she has nearly 1 million followers and over 70 million channel views. And she started recently. She has not been doing this for years and years. I think she started 2 years ago or something. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, she skyrocketed very quickly. Yep. In the last 2 years. She skyrocketed. Like, she became pretty big then. But yeah, it seems like she is now moving to YouTube. As I said, more Twitch streamers have been announcing that they are basically making the move to YouTube or heavily considering it because this is just too much. And that's really unfortunate. Also, yesterday, if you have missed it, there was a Twitter space where former Twitch employees came together for 5 hours to talk about Twitch. Yep. And it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking to listen to. Like, apparently the things the Twitch workers tried to do for Twitch, like that was this is a TLDR of a 5-hour talk of tons of different topics, like really tons of different topics. But the TLDR is the people who are working at Twitch are doing the best, and they always had the community in mind, and they actually tried to implement a lot of features for the community, but basically management stepped in and said, well, where's the payoff? Like there was one story where somebody was talking about, I think it was the viewer count, if I remember this correctly, that you can hide the viewer count for a streamer, right? That they can hide the viewer count and they don't have to look at it because that was also requested. And the person who coded that said it took him like an hour to, or not even, like it was like I think even minutes he talked about. And he was then going to a supervisor, and the supervisor was like, yep, okay, yep, this works, cool, okay, we can just push this with the next update. And it took them just a few minutes to few hours to implement that. And the next day, that dude got yelled at from everywhere, in the Slack groups, in DMs. Apparently people even came to his desktop and was berating him for putting that just in without going through the specific pipelines and without taking like the extra steps through managements, which would basically take months before such a small feature could be implemented. That's apparently the state Twitch is in. And like just hearing about how a lot of the people who worked on Twitch have fought with tooth and claws to just make the experience better for the people on the platform, and them getting berated and even stopped in their tracks by upper management for doing so, really tells you everything you have to know about Twitch at this point. Like, I don't want to go into an hour-long rant again. I don't have the interest of doing that. But I think yesterday really showed that this cannot last. Like, I think Twitch shot themselves in the head yesterday, and now they're dying. Like, no, I'm not a doomsayer normally. Like, yes, we have been talking about how Twitch is making a lot of mistakes as of recently, which could lead to an untimely demise. But it was on a very, very low chance that something would happen. Right? But now with the thing yesterday, and especially with YouTube getting their shit together, I'm not sure how YouTube can sustain this. Twitch can sustain this. I just can't at this point. Like, I don't think Twitch will die, because let's be honest here, a lot of people who will leave Twitch are smaller streamers, and Twitch loves nothing more than people who not create them tons of money to leave their platform. Right? And but in the end, they also lose big streamers. And they also lose viewers. Why do they lose viewers? Because advertisement. So many people just don't want to watch Twitch anymore because they're sometimes getting like 8 advertisements on every stream they're entering. Advertisement ad. What the hell? That's not even an ad. They're getting like 8 ads before they can even start to watch a streamer. And then they're getting ads like every half an hour or hour, and sometimes in the middle of cutscenes. And the thing is, we all know that people hate advertisements. Everyone hates ads. Especially if they are not targeted as they are on YouTube most of the time. Like on Twitch, you are literally getting ads which makes no sense. I can attest to that. I got ads from a French like life insurance company. And I was like, what? But why do I get this? I've never been to a French website. And, well, I hope I don't need life insurance right now. Like, I don't even know why this ad would think like I'm a good choice. Well, the answer is apparently they don't, because Twitch doesn't have the capabilities right now of really targeting the right person with the right ad. Like, that's apparently also another big problem Twitch has, and this is why you sometimes get some super weird ads. And so the problem is, like, I get it. I'm pretty sure that Amazon did set them a deadline and was like, you have to be profitable till this date, or we might even shut you down. Right? Like, if there's one thing Amazon is not a huge fan of, if you are not shitting out money. Like that is definitely one of the things Amazon has always been doing. This whole thing of you're part of the company structure, you have to make money at some point. They give you a lot of leeway, they give you a lot of opportunities, but at a certain date they're like, you make us money now or you are out, right? And it makes sense from a company perspective, but as we have seen in the last few years, things have changed a little bit. Like YouTube. YouTube is a wonderful example of this. We know that YouTube doesn't really make money. Like, if you were looking at YouTube, it is not a great look. It's not a great look. But the thing is, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all, because it's YouTube. And YouTube has such a presence in the world that Google would never dare to kill off YouTube as of right now. Like, not even remotely close. And for Google, who is dealing in a lot of like selling data, right? YouTube is a gold mine. Even if YouTube itself doesn't make enough money directly, the data they just get out of YouTube is insane. Like, let me give you a wonderful example, which is kind of interesting. So, a few years ago in Europe, this is a Europe thing. If you're living in the States or something like that, ignore this. This is not true for you. But in Europe, the European Union made some changes to laws on how to collect data and all that to minimize basically the impact on Google. And what they did to a lot of websites, it took away the ability for websites to understand what brings in the clicks here in Europe, right? You're not really getting that data anymore, thanks to changes in law. Like, I talked to a buddy of mine who has multiple websites, and he completely lost the ability to see how the money is even being made on those websites. Like, what do the people click? What do the people read? What do the people buy? Yada, yada, yada. Like, that was all the information Google could give you with AdSense and all. And that information was vital for them to basically decide what they want to do next on the website, because it would make them money in the end, right? They lost that ability thanks to the changes in law here in Europe. And this is now where the crazy part comes in. On YouTube, because it's basically its own closed cycle, you still get that data. Like, as a European who is on YouTube, I can exactly see what my viewers are doing. By the way, lemons. Really? Lemonade porn? That's what you were searching for? I mean, really? No, like, jokes aside, the information I'm getting about what my viewers are doing and all that is crazy. And technically, under the European law, is not allowed anymore. But because YouTube is its own, like, enclosed bubble where everything is happening in a vacuum, they found, like, tricks to basically circumvent the law and still give you this massive amount of information. Where outside of YouTube, in Europe, they are not allowed to do that anymore. So YouTube is, my point stands, YouTube is a gold mine for Google. It's an absolute gold mine when it comes to data. Data, lol, data. And that's apparently a problem Twitch has. It doesn't have those tools. It doesn't have them for advertisements. Another thing which was discussed with content creators, with the creators at Twitch, like with the developers and all that, was advertisement on VODs. It is absolutely crazy when you are going into some big YouTube channels where some of those VODs have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views, and content creators cannot monetize them. This is why some content creators have actually started months ago, not now, but months ago, to completely delete their VODs and tell the people, go to my YouTube. You want to see my VOD? Go to YouTube. Watch it there. Because there I can monetize it. Like, it's... Twitch is dropping the ball on so many things, and I just don't know where this is going. Yeah. So this ain't great. And for the first time, I would definitely say it, I think this is the beginning of the end of Twitch. Especially when those effects take place next year of June. So the big content creators have now half a year to look for lucrative alternatives, asking for contracts. Like from what I have heard, apparently the people who are doing like partnerships and contracts and all at YouTube live streaming had apparently a pretty big spike yesterday. But I don't think Twitch knows what they have done there. And it will cost them dearly. Yep. Ooh, this is not really a news. This is a trailer. This is by, well, the publisher is Paradox Arc. If you've missed it, Paradox announced that they are now going like indie publishing label, and this is by Kodo Lineager. Kodo Lineager is the developer, and this is coming apparently to Steam Early Access on October 12th, and this is called Stadios. So let's have a look at that, shall we?
Due to a catastrophic failure, your consciousness has been uploaded to the ship's neural network, and your former body has been discarded.
Well, that's
sorry for the inconvenience.
Really inconvenient.
All drones are at your disposal. Good luck.
Oh, it's like... Ooh. Oh my, look at that. We're building like a starship thingy.
The future of the ship is in your hands.
Oh my god. It looks good. It looks really good. Like it looks very much a mix between oh my god, RimWorld. It's a bit of Factorio maybe? Oh my god, that's a big meteor, man. I love the graphics. I really like the graphics. Very reminiscent of RimWorld, but its own style. Definitely like the graphics. Oh my god, you have to build your own ship, man. I'm so bad at that. Mine will look like a potato. Like just a hovering potato in space. This looks like crazy. I assume those are like the energy links. This is like electricity. Yeah. Yeah, this is electricity. And I assume that I'm trying. They're using some colorization here, which is kind of interesting. So green means production, blue means sending it, and white means using it. I would assume. Like it's actually a really cool way of using colorization of a network. Like I really like that. Oh my god, you can. Okay, this is not how my ship will look like. The demo is still available. I will just wait for the early access. But thank you. Nice to note. This is not how my ship will look like. As I said, it will be a potato. Even though it will be a glorious potato, it will be a potato. Oh boy. Love the shields against meteors. Nice, nice. You have like ships coming in. It's kind of cool. Oh, you can explore with those ships. Yeah, it looks great. We might actually check that out. 12th of October. What is that? Help me out here very quickly, chat. The 12th of October is a Wednesday? Huh. Not seeing a lot of games releasing on a Wednesday. But okay. No, okay. Yep. 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 But yeah, that's so far the news and all the news we have. Thank you very much for all the people watching the news. We will, of course, be back with more news and more trailers tomorrow in another Mole in the Morning in the Gaming News, starting at 8 a.m. ET, which is 1 p.m. UK time, and 2 p.m. Central European time over here at youtube.com/ChaosMoleFX, because somebody did steal ChaosMole from me. Yay. And yeah, thank you for all the people who are watching it live, and of course for all the people who are watching it on this channel. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this, and also if you're new to the channel and you want to see more daily gaming news, don't forget to subscribe to both channels. With that said, thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow.